Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the Ordinary Boy Boxing channel. Now in today's video it's a question I'm asking all of you guys. Well, I already have asked you all you guys and I'll give them results in a moment. But the question is, should Deontay Wilder retire? Now, before this fight with Joseph Parker, I didn't do a prediction video. If I had, I was picking Deontay Wilder to win by knockout. There's no point lying. That's how I had it. I felt Joseph Parker didn't really pose a threat physically. I thought we'd seen the best of Joseph Parker. And as I have said in videos, you can look back at them, I have said in videos, I'm worried about how long Deontay Wilder's had out. I thought this wasn't the opponent that was going to give Deontay Wilder a loss. And I was wrong. So, Deontay Wilder didn't do anything really. He rarely went for the kill, and what that did in turn was show, and he's always been this way, just show the lack of fundamentals that Deontay Wilder has. And he's always kind of lacked fundamentals. We saw that in many fights, but he always connects with that thunderous punch and it's game over. He didn't do that with Joseph Parker. There was actually times when I thought Wilder might be knocked out. I think it did Joseph Parker well, the fact that he's friends with Tyson Fury. I don't know how much he's been training with him, but he would have got a bit of advice from him. And the advice probably was bully the bully, just like Fury did. And Joseph Parker did that. He didn't stay on the back foot, which I thought he would. He had the centre of the ring. He was backing Wilder up for most of the fight. I thought the scorecards were fair. They had it completely a washout, I think. There was no controversy for me with the scorecards. I completely agreed with them. So Wilder lost and there was no argument with it. The fact that Wilder was putting his hands up at the end is just stupid, but I'm not surprised from Wilder from the excuses he's made in the past. Now don't get me wrong, I am a big Deontay Wilder fan, although it doesn't sound like this. Although it doesn't sound like it in this video, I am. But it's kind of hard to defend or justify that performance. I know, obviously he's had all that time out, which isn't good, and I know in that time out, I think he's been, I can't remember the term he used, but he's been on retreats. I don't know if he's been doing kind of relaxing drugs, shall we say. So I don't know if that's made him lose his edge and his killer instinct that he had. A lot of the calls now are for Deontay Wilder to retire, and I can completely see where they're coming from. And it's a tough one, but if I was in charge of that, I don't know if Deontay Wilder has got one more performance left in him. The reason I say that is because if he can get back that killer instinct that he had, and that's all he really needs to get back, because he will still have the power, I think he could still be in some good fights. And I know they're now saying no Joshua Wilder, but in the interim, you know, let's look at March or April. I'd still rather see Joshua Wilder, even though it's not the fight it was, I'd still rather see that than Joshua against Ngannou, or Joshua against, you know, a kind of a half-name opponent. I'd probably rather see Wilder and Joshua. However, I don't think that's going to happen now, because even if Joshua wanted that fight, the percentage that Wilder would be offered would be nowhere near what he'd accept. It was very hard to get that across the line anyway. Now Wilder's lost, you know, they're going to be offering Wilder probably 20%, 30% at most, and I don't think he's going to accept it. On to everyone else's opinions. So I did a poll on the channel. I asked you basically, should Deontay Wilder retire? I got quite a lot of feedback from it, as in votes. 67% of you thought he should retire, and 33% of you think he shouldn't. There was a comment by King Ty 7U who said, no, we all lose doesn't mean your career is ended, which is a good point. A loss does not mean your career is over. However, siding with the people that thinks he should retire, I would say it was such a bad performance. It was like he was out his depth. There wasn't, you know, it wasn't a close loss. It wasn't Could have went either way. Wasn't even a particularly exciting fight. It was just a dominant Joseph Parker win. So I do see where the majority of you are coming from. However, me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder one more time. Just see if he can get that edge back. But time will tell. We'll see. Again, maybe Wilder and Ngannou. Maybe that'd be a fun fight. Yeah, maybe that's the fight to go with. And Wilder doesn't need to worry so much about his boxing fundamentals. But we'll see. Do let me know in the comments below if you think Deontay Wilder should retire. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like. Most importantly, if you haven't already, then please do subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video.